them both. Wasn't sure if that was.
Okay, we are now on the air. How exciting. All right. This is a common council meeting to be held Tuesday, October 17th, 2023 at 7 p.m. The time is 7:01. Would you please call the roll?
Alderperson Juzwicki.
Present.
Alderperson Bailey.
Present.
Alderperson Kastner.
Present.
Alderperson Akers.
Present.
Alderperson Sarian.
Present.
We don't have an opening prayer this evening. Item C, would you stand while we do the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, moving along. Item D, I'd entertain a motion to approve the October 3rd Common Council minutes.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Alderperson Bailey. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Drazwicki. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. I know we have a couple of public hearings going on, but before we do that, under Mayor's report, we have Joe Murray from Ellers here this evening and Deb Tomchek from Reinhardt. With regard to item E1, resolution authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $12 million taxable note anticipation notes, which are also called NANs. And then I'd also like to bring up item 10, which is consideration and possible action on a resolution approving an amendment to the project plan of tax incremental district number 6. Christie, did you want to just, or sorry, I don't know. Just with regard to 10, which kind of explains, the resolution itself.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This resolution is to approve an amendment to project plan for tax increment district number 6. That is the 84 South tax increment district. And you may recall last year, the Common Council adopted a boundary amendment to add this vacant land for future development and future increment to the district. So while the the amendment is for TID 6, we will be talking about TID 8 quite a bit as well. That's the Loomis Crossing TIF district, because what's before you is a donation of excess revenue and incremental revenue from TID 6 to donate to TID 8, the Loomis Crossing development. So the scope of the project plan, this was attached also as a memo as part of the package for the resolution this evening. The main points are in red. The proposal is for an increase in donation from TID 6, again 84 South, to TID 8, Loomis Crossing, by about almost $4 million, $3.9 million. There's an increased cost of issuance expenses in the amount of about $400,000, and increased interest costs by $7 million. Part of that is due to the life of the NANs. I'm not the financial expert. If you have more questions about that, that's what Joe is here for this evening. But total project cost estimate increase associated with the amendment is $11.2 million. This proposed amendment does increase the life of TID 6 by 2 years. It would close, it's projected to close in 2040. Its mandatory closure is 2043, so it's still within the state statute timeline. So again, we're going to be talking about TID 8 because this is the recipient TIF district. It would receive the donation, the financial funds from TID 6. So TID 8, as you are all well aware, is under construction. We have an approximate 30,000 square foot medical office building under construction along Loomis. This is the Starbucks building. Building A, as referred to, the first apartment building, is under construction, and we'll be talking about buildings B and C when talking about this proposed amendment. So it's always important in a state statute requirement that the resolution states the Common Council, but for this amendment, the Common Council believes that the project would not be able to move forward. And in this case, but for the donation from TID 6, 84 South, the construction and financing for apartment building B and C, right here, would not happen. A sources and uses analysis was conducted by Ellers, This is an economic benefit to the district, and the plan is feasible with a master plan of the city. Those are all statements within the resolution that you are considering this evening. So why is this happening? Why does TID 8 need even more donation? It's because of the economic state that everyone's well aware of today. The developer's cost of capital has doubled due to interest rate hikes and construction costs just since we've been here and discussing this amendment less than a year ago. Interest rate hikes are really impacting the ability of developers to get financing, and it's also increasing the cost of the project. There are 2 development agreement amendments drafted. They have been negotiated between Reinhardt, again, Debbie Tomczak's representing the city of Greenfield, and has been negotiating that with Cobalt, and we've come to agreements. Those development agreements will come before the Common Council for final approval, likely in the next month, probably in November. The amendment does remove funding for future development within TID 6 and TID 8. So the last amendment that the Common Council considered had a space for future funding assistance for future development, like for instance, the north end of the freeway at Loomis Crossing. This amendment just completely removes funding for any future development. The amendment no longer counts on further development within TID 6 or TID 8 as well. So it's basically status quo. The amendment is not relying on the local. The amendment is not relying on the last pad between Steinhuffel's and the Aurora parking structure. It's not relying on the smaller pad next to the Mod Pizza building. It's also not relying on development to the north. So we're saying it can support itself with the developments that already is in place at 84 South, and it's relying on the development that on the south end of Loomis Crossing. So if and when future development takes place, those future developments are, one, not going to be able to rely on funding from either of these TIF districts. They probably would ask, but they would have to stand alone. They cannot rely on the existing developments. Also, the development agreements are drafted that there will be no MRO payment to Cobalt on Building B until completion of construction, and no MRO payment to Cobalt on Building C until completion of construction. So the city's not taking additional GO bonds out. We're talking about PAYGO, developer-funded TIF, for the remainder, Building B and Building C. And the agreements also provide personal guarantees from Cobalt and Robert Joseph. So in case you have not driven past lately, you can just see the progress of Building A, some interior pictures. Things are moving along with Building A. And the Joint Review Board had its organizational meeting regarding this proposal on October 9th. The CDA held a public hearing as well last Monday evening, and they did approve the resolution that evening on October 9th.
Okay. Questions?
I have, so I'm assuming then the north side of Loomis Crossings, you said nothing is occurring there, like the turf is not
Nothing's
happening?
relying on the financial assistance.
Okay. Do
There-
we
there
have
will
any
be
status
development.
on the turf? I mean, people have been asking about that, and,
Yeah, I mean, just to bring up the turf, Jeff Katz and I have been working on a revised project plan that's more fiscally prudent. We just worked on that a week and I forgot yours, about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. We're going to probably be bringing something forward. You want to just?
Yeah, so we have a phased version of the TIF, so we're going to build the most important parts, or we can build the most important parts of the turf, and funding is going to be not through any borrowing; it's through funds that we have available, and we're going to be bringing that to the council when we get a little further.
What funds do we have available?
We have
Relying
park
on the account
fund.
balance, which comes from the billboard, the cell phone tower. There was some borrowing previously that was in an account. And park fees, essentially is what it is.
Right, and there was,
Sanitary and stormwater stuff and tying the road in. This morning, we were on a call with the DOT with regard to the park and ride lot over there. We think we successfully, and we don't know yet because we haven't received.
That's a
DOT is-
substantial change in the funding source for the turf.
It's a substantial change in the funding source from the turf. The difficulty for me right now is because interest rates have gone up like 5 basis points. Things that create the increment to do the things have gotten exponentially more expensive. We need to create the increment to get it done. If we don't create the increment, that's a bad thing. So a lot of the flowery things that were associated with the TIFs, including the turf, are being scaled back significantly. It's heartbreaking. So with the turf, though, the bull, under the current plan, the bulls would be rehabilitated. An outdoor skateboard plaza, street park, I think it's called, would be, this probably is still the largest around. The structure itself wouldn't be built. It would be an outdoor, open-air skateboard park. When it gets to the reason that we're tying in the DOT stuff and the park and ride, originally there was going to be a parking lot that was about 180 stalls adjacent to the turf that was built to be a park and ride. That would have been expensive. That's a developer expenditure. We think we can get that down to 50 or 30 to 50 stalls or something. So we're scaling back some of the scope, but we're exercising as many cost savings and incentives as we can along the way, trying to piece it together. There are still 2 or 3 phases beyond really the 2 phases that we're talking about, which is the reconstruction of the bowls and the street park. There's another phase that has a large bowl that's next to the street park that we think we can probably fit in. And then there's another phase to the west that's, I think, a little bit more challenging on a scale of 1 to 10. The bowls that exist are probably 9 and 10. The street park is probably 1 through 4. The bowl next to the street park is probably a 5 or a 6. And the stuff to the west is probably the most challenging other than the bowls themselves, which is in the range of 6 to 8 as far as difficulty. So I don't know if I'm rambling on here, but the turf is, we're coming forward with a reduced, more prudent plan. The TIFs, before the interest rate hikes and the construction costs increased, the TIFs were going to throw off some pretty reasonable money to put towards the turf. That's not contemplated within this project at all. It's essentially park fees and my dad used to use the word hoobling things together to kind of make it work. I still don't know what hoobling
and the
means.
revenue from the turf,
Why
bell
wouldn't,
tower and.
why wouldn't we do what developers are doing at this stage of economics
And just stop?
and just stop and hold off until the economic is,
Well, so what we're
Makes
talking
sense.
about,
I
mean,
agree that skateboarders will bring a ton of, I don't know what to our city, but
yeah, I mean,
I don't think it's gonna draw as much as the local, and we're pulling all the funds out of that.
so none of the funds that are coming from TID 6 are going towards the turf whatsoever. The local and on the corner, originally, when he started doing this.
I know the finances of it, but
I know,
obviously
maybe
there's not-
everybody else doesn't know the finances. When we started prior to COVID, the expected costs on the corner of 84th and Layton were between $6 and $8 million. And it might have escalated to about 9.2 or 9.8, something like that. As we understand it, and I'm not trying to, speak out of turn or disclose something that might be confidential, but the anticipated construction costs for the corner were over $20 million. So even with TIF assistance, I'm not sure that the numbers lined up. And that's sort of the issue, I think, broad brushed across the entire economy right now. It's not a good time to open a restaurant unless you're really, really good at it. Because the costs of food, the costs of construction, especially in a new building, it's just not happening. Deb Tomczyk she represents the city of Greenfield. She's the new Bruce Block. Mr. Bailey who is that lady? Yeah, remember Bruce Block? That was his partner. She's just as talented or more so.
And much prettier.
And Bruce wasn't much to look, I shouldn't say that, but, no. So right now, there are challenges everywhere, and you're right about the turf, Carl. I mean, if the concrete costs are too high and we can't pull it together, and it's all subject to bid, we're basically using kind of cash that's on hand. If that isn't going to give us the biggest bang for the buck, then maybe it'll have to just wait a little bit longer. But we, Jeff especially, and I, are constantly getting calls and emails from people that wonder, so when are you going to do it? The same things that are impacting homeowners, right? When they go to Meijer to buy, or should say, well, I don't know, wherever they go, to buy groceries that used to be $30 and now they're 70, right? That's the same kinds of stuff that's happening to us with regard to construction. Why are we doing this? Because creating the increment on Loomis and Layton is very important. We've spent 4 or 5 months, maybe, I think we started
In the spring.
in spring. So what we're talking about with all of these things that have been flowing through the CDA and are flowing here tonight, we've been working on this in spring to try to keep the increment going, because that's the most important part. There's an expectation, or there's a hope, I think, and this doesn't rely on it, but there is the hope that that interest rates should be peaking at some point, that with a presidential election next year, that interest rates will probably be declining, and I think once they start doing that, home ownership and home sales probably starting, all of the things that we know in the news, right? Just start breaking loose a little bit.
Can I just say one thing in
Say-
regard to the, well, I won't say as much as you said. With the turf, I would like to have it something that, definitely draws people in. And if it's, I understand doing it in increments, that makes sense, especially in this time and age. But if we can't make it something that's gonna
Oh, I agree.
bring it, I would prefer us to wait, or start small, do the first part of it, hold off and add more and make it something spectacular, but.
That's kind of the plan, right? We're 2 years behind on that as it is. I mean, 2 years ago, when things were doing better, there was an elaborate plan, there was funding for that elaborate plan, and I was convinced that elaborate plan was going to be probably the best skateboard park in the Midwest. And I think that there would be a number of people that I've talked to personally from all over the country and the world that would make a pilgrimage to it. This isn't a discussion about the turf so much, but Jeff and I have been working, and I want to thank Jeff a lot. He's been working with Grindline, which is a preeminent skateboard building firm in the country, I think. Maybe others would disagree, but it's got that
Let's get Tony Hawk to
reputation.
donate, come on. Where's Tony? Why isn't he donating?
He's doing commercials for arthritis.
So
I
anyways,
know a couple of years ago when this started about the turf, there was a lot of discussion about groups who were going to raise money and things like that. I'm guessing that hasn't.
So this is how the real world works. Everybody says, "Oh, we'll have a fundraiser and we'll just do it." And the reality is, if something costs $1,000, the fundraiser is usually a raise about $35 or $40. But what it does is it gives momentum. It usually does require some kind of institutional presence, right? You need somebody that can operate it. You need somebody that can maintain it. It can't be run by a group of volunteers sitting on a thing. One of the issues that we've had, and there have been, and Jeff can probably, and I don't know if we want to say it in an open meeting, Jeff has talked to some really important important people that are marketers and our financiers and our skateboarders that want to contribute to this project, but it needs it needs to start, right? And that's the difficulty. When you have an elaborate plan to start it and you can't do the elaborate plan, that kind of backs things up a little bit, right? So the goal is, I think, and Jeff and I agree completely, is that if we start it, right, and we show progress with resources that we have, and we show what phases 3 and 4 and potentially 5 and 6 might look like, that there would be that kind of support that you're looking for. But the reality is, if we're going to have, you know, we talked about, there was a Save the Turf concert with the Oil Tasters and Dyke Creighton a long time ago when I was younger. I saw them in person. Sorry, can't breathe well. You know, those kinds of things can still happen, but that's not going to be enough to pay for a bowl. But it will bring the kind of, I think, publicity that's necessary to get a broader reach to raise dollars. We just got to get started on it, right? I'm thrilled that most of the alderpersons sitting up here think that the turf is still a viable project, so that's a good thing. All right, other questions? So with regard to this too, this is a preliminary resolution. This isn't that we're going out and borrowing anything right now. This is basically trying to get, we're still working through the modeling, everything that happens in the future. When Ellers goes out and gets bids, not much different than with bonds, right? They're going to come back to the council, they're going to explain it to you. We're going to see what the interest rates actually are. Right now, we don't even know necessarily. Interest rates apparently have gone up 85 basis points in the last 2 weeks, which is bad, right? Interest rates have an impact on the modeling that we've done. The tax rate, Tim and Paula talked about the tax rate having an impact on the modeling that we did, and there was a suggestion that we wait, because if the tax rate is low, that would be good for folks that are sending newsletters to their residents, but low rates don't necessarily have a good impact on TIF modeling, especially modeling that seems to be changing. It's changed. We've gone through dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of iterations to try to keep this thing working the way it's supposed to. So it's a preliminary resolution. Is that, you want to?
Yes, sir. Good evening. I'm Joe Murray, proud to be the city's financial advisor from Ellers. The reason the mayor asked to pull these two items together is that they are pretty much connected at the hip. Christie walked through the plan amendment for TID District number 6. I think she covered all the points very well. As she said, the main point is really to increase the donation from TID 6 to TID 8 so that TID 8, at least on the south side, can keep moving forward. The handout I gave you is nothing different other than I gave you larger spreadsheets than what I gave the CDA last week, which were totally ineligible, not illegible. So if you read through it over the weekend on your computers, you don't need to be scanning and worrying that something else has been slipped in here, but I'd be happy to answer any questions about the plan amendment for TID 6 and then talk about the financings.
Through this a couple times, I'm good.
Yeah, you've heard it through the CDA and all the
Yeah.
other stuff.
You looking for a motion to adopt a resolution first?
Yes, please.
That is my motion.
Motion by Alderperson Kastner to adopt the resolution, preliminary resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Drzewiecki. Under discussion.
Is that for both these, or these are one, or these?
We're just going through the preliminary resolution now, and then the project plan, I think we can adopt a separate item.
Mr. Mayor, I think if you could adopt the project plan amendment first,
You
if
want
that
to
would
do
be
that?
okay, and then I'll go into the financing, if that's okay.
I was going by the order in the agenda, but okay.
Yeah, that was, so
I'll
if you would,
adopt those project plans,
you could adopt both.
both,
I think
plural.
we should take them separately.
Take them
because-
separately,
so
the
do you
clerk
wanna
just
go
said.
to-
Okay, so would you withdraw your motion?
I do withdraw
Make a
two
motion
motions.
to adopt the amended project plan first.
That is my motion.
Second? Second. By Alderperson Drzwicki. Would you call on that?
Alderperson Drzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Okay, now with,
Going back to item 1, or I don't remember the number was on the agenda,
E1,
about
I think.
the
E1.
financing.
I'd entertain a motion to approve the resolution authorizing the issuance.
I'll restate my motion to approve.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Drzwicki, would you please call?
Alderperson Drzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
So this is all fluid. There's a lot of work to do still. And I think we all agree. Tim says that our tax rate next year is going to be $3. So
We need
That
to say
made
that
some
he's
people
shaking his
happy and
head
some
like
people-
this.
so the preliminary tax rate was supposed to be between, for the city, we're just talking the city, between 650 and 750, and it's probably on the lower end of that, hopefully. That's what he told me.
But there's a few more to be added in there.
No, but it does sound like the county's tax rate is actually going to be, potentially be less than it had been last year with the influx of resources that they have. Still don't know the school districts. I'm not sure about MMSD.
What about tech schools?
So it sounds like the tech schools may be removed from the tax bills, but it might be in a year, right? It's not going to be this year. Is it this year? Do you know? I think it's next. The rumor is that the state will take over the funding of the technical colleges
Why
portion
are they
of the.
shaking their head back there? No. Over
No, it
there.
won't be this year, but
Okay.
next year. No one knows, right? So they passed the legislation.
That's not a
and-
big impact on it anyhow.
Not anymore. Most of it had been removed
yeah.
4 or 5 years ago. So, all right, so that's done. Debbie, do you want to say anything? Okay, that's good. All right, sorry, moving along. I'd forgo aldermanic reports, announcements, and citizen commentary. I don't think there is any to move into the public hearings right now. Does that sound reasonable to everybody?
Yep.
The first
Yes.
public hearing is I-1, public hearing of special use permit for Clarity Massage, a proposed massage business to be located at 5170 South 76th Street, Suite 213, submitted by Jessica Reamer. Is she here by chance? Hi, Jessica, how are you? I'm really tired. Are you tired? No?
Keep moving along, come on.
Doing business is Clarity Massage and John Weiss, doing business is My Salon. This is to approve a resolution and approve a site plan review for Clarity Massage. Has anybody registered to speak? I do note that the applicant is present at the public hearing. This is essentially occupying a suite at Salon Suites for massage. We talked about this also at the last planning commission meeting. We're in the process of redoing our zoning code, so when it comes to these salons, the buildings, that they don't have to go through this formal process, and we apologize to you profusely for having you endure this. Is anybody signed up to speak for or against, or does anybody want to speak for or against for informational purposes concerning this item? Does anybody want to speak for or against for informational purposes concerning this item? Entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close the public
Motion by
hearing.
Alderperson Akers to close the public hearing. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Sarian. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. I'd entertain a motion to approve the resolution and the site plan review for Clarity Massage as presented. Thank you, Joe.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Akers, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Drzwicki. Would you please call?
Alderperson Drzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey. Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Item 2, public hearing on a special use permit for Game Together Milwaukee, MKE, sorry, is it MKE? Yeah. Okay, sorry. Proposed use merchandise store to be located at 4635 South 105th Street, submitted by Stephen Barron, doing business as Game Together MKE, and Salim Shalai? I don't either. Sorry. Doing business as Forest Park Real Estate. This is to approve a resolution for a special use permit for Game Together, as well as approve the site plan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This application is to occupy a tenant space within a multi-tenant commercial building, about 1,400 square feet. This site is zone C4 because they're selling used video games and consoles and accessories and that sort of thing. It falls under the used merchandise stores category, which requires a special use permit and a public hearing. Proposed hours of operation are 11 to 7, Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 4 Sundays, closed Monday and Tuesday.
I do want to interrupt you. With regard to the hours of operation, are those the hours of the special use, or are they going to be traditional 9 to whatever, 9 to 7 or something?
That's what was provided by the applicant, and I know where you're going with this.
So this is the thing, so to change those hours in the future would require another public hearing? Yeah. Do you want to have 11 to 7 hours, 7 days a week, even if you're not going to be using them now? Because then in the future, you don't have to come back and do a public hearing to change your hours of operation.
Yeah, I mean, that would be nice.
Okay, I would strongly recommend that you do that.
10 to 7.
10 to 7, probably.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
So the proposed hours of operation would be 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 days a week?
You don't have to stay open, though.
You don't have to stay open, it's just, you have the ability to stay open.
okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. It'll save. But you better be open Mondays and Tuesdays. Kidding, I'm just kidding. All right, sorry.
There's sufficient parking on site. 69 spaces are provided, 70 are required for all of the uses on the property. Site's in good condition. Plan Commission recommended approval on September 12th.
Is there, I see the applicant here. Is there anybody else who would like to speak for or against informational purposes concerning this item? Is there anyone that would like to speak for or against informational purposes concerning this item? I'd entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close the public
By
hearing.
Alderperson Akers, there a second?
Second.
By Alderperson Drzwicki, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Does the council wish to take any action, like approving a resolution
Just
for this?
one question.
Yeah?
You're selling used equipment. Are you also buying used equipment or just, okay. So they're have to go through all that with the police, right?
So there's state statutes with regard, right?
I think a little later in the meeting about that.
Yep,
Okay.
yep, so, yep. Alderperson Akers made a motion to approve the resolution and the site
guess I
plan
did.
review. Did you?
Okay.
I thought you did. I thought you
Second
did.
her motion that she,
Did you
was
make that
the-
Yes,
motion?
I'll make that motion, yes.
Okay, is there a second by Alderperson Kastner?
yes,
Would you please call? I thought you did before you.
that was a question, it's cool.
Alderperson Drzwicki.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey. Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Item 3, public hearing, a special use permit for 1+1. Full-service restaurant located at 5442 and through 44 West Forest Home, submitted by Par Nam Kung? Okay. Doing business as 1+1 LLC. Seeking a resolution for a special use permit and a site plan review.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The applicant actually owns the property and would be occupying 2 of the 3 tenant spaces for a restaurant. Because they're occupying a new space that hasn't historically been a restaurant, it requires a special use permit. They would be serving authentic Asian-style comfort food. Hours of operation would be 11 to 10, Monday through Friday, 7 to 10 on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. It's a really small site, and there's no parking striped in the back. One of the requirements from the Plan Commission was to actually have visible striping in the back. The application indicated that that would be for their employees, the parking in the rear, leaving street parking for the patrons. The code does require a significant amount of parking. That's a shortage that the Common Council may waive. There has, just for a little history, there's a deli on the west tenant space. It's this middle tenant space that would be a new use with the restaurant, and then the eastern tenant space has also historically been a restaurant. Never have heard any complaints about parking issues for this particular building. And the Plan Commission recommended approval at its meeting on September 12th. We've received no letters of objection or support to date.
Did you get any feedback from the signage and the painting and all that?
Yeah, Gina did, Gina has spoken with the owners about painting the entire building, and she actually did speak directly, I think, with DNS Deli about the sign, and they indicated that they were willing to remove it and have some eventual new signage, perhaps with a permit application.
When did they think it would be done? Yeah?
I have not spoken directly with the applicant. Maybe the applicant could speak to that, sorry.
You need to come up to the microphone.
Yes, my name is Park Hem Kong, and the Gina told me, send me an email, and the email says I have 1 year, I have time to 1 year time for painting, so I am planning to paint next summer. Next summer.
Okay.
Perfect, thank you.
And for the parkings, that 5401, I think, is my neighbors. Yeah, so they have a big parking lot at the back, but they never use it. In that buildings, some people are working, but the people they always park at the front, so the back side is always. I have seen that for many years. Nobody uses, so I was thinking that if I could rent that parking, so my customer doesn't have to park at the streets.
Okay, so we can't really attach it to somebody else, but knowing that other additional parking exists is probably a good thing, okay? Right?
Do you have that in writing?
Yeah, I don't think that,
No, I think she's got to talk to them.
Yes.
I'm not sure that you're gonna get that in writing, because it would probably encumber their property, right?
I would think, but
Yeah. But if they let you use it, that would be a good thing. You're pretty much stuck with the site that you have and the street parking, so. Noting that it had been a restaurant as well, so most of those are just drive up on the street, which the DOT is. Yeah, right, Jeff? All right, does anybody else want to speak for or against for informational purposes concerning this item? The note should reflect that there's 1 year to paint by next winter. Anybody else want to speak for or against for informational purpose? Entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
motion to close public hearing.
By Alderperson Kastner,
Second.
second by Alderperson Akers, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Does somebody want to make a motion to approve the resolution and the site plan review?
I'll make a motion to approve this resolution and the site plan review, subject to all the staff comments and the direction of repainting the building within 1 year.
Okay, thank you for making the building look better, okay? Just make sure you talk to them when you're going to do anything, okay? Just to make, okay. Motion by Alderperson Kastner, second by Alderperson Akers, would you call?
Alderperson Juzwicki.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey. Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
I don't have any old business this evening. New business, claim received from Axley Bry Nelson on behalf of Patrick LaSousse and Mary Payne. This was submitted to our city attorney.
Yep.
Item K2, notice of injury received from Gimbel, Riley, Guerin, and Brown on behalf of Susan A. Fowler. This was also provided to our city attorney, right? Yep.
CIVMIC and the city's legal counsel.
And actually was submitted to CIVMIC and our legal counsel. 3, consider approve resolution allowing the claim of Nikki Cooper. I don't remember what the amount was.
If you just say the stuff underlined, you should be good.
Okay, so I should say what's underlined. Current fair market value for the phone at about $500, so not to exceed $500. I'd entertain a
Motion to approve.
in an amount not to exceed $500.
An amount not to exceed $500.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Akers, would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Item 4 is approve applications for 23 and 24 operator licenses. Entertain a motion to approve those licenses, subject to all the disclaiming language that we have.
Motion to approve it.
By Alderperson Akers, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Juzwicki, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries unanimously. Item 5 is a change of agent at the Aldi. Entertain a motion to approve that change of agent.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Akers, is there a second?
Second.
by Alderperson Sarian. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Item 6 is approve an application for a coin-operated or automatic dry cleaning and/or washing machine license from Mega Laundromat. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Druzwicki, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Akers, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 7 is approve a 23-24 secondhand pawnbroker article dealer license received from Resale Baron LLC. This is for the Game Together Milwaukee MKE shop on Highway 100. Entertain a motion to approve that.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Alderperson Akers, or second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Druzicki, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 8 is adopt a resolution in support of applying for a grant from the DNR for urban forestry. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Akers, or second?
Second.
Wait, I think Alderperson Bailey seconded that one, because it's a tree item. Didn't you? I thought I heard you.
I did at the same.
Seconded by
Maybe he
Alderperson.
made the motion, I don't know, you know?
Actually, did he make the motion?
He made the motion.
I'm pretty
I
sure.
haven't been feeling well lately.
Or this
I'm
grant
hearing
is-
things,
One
so.
week at this grant, it's a good.
But I'm pretty, no, it's motion by Alderperson Akers. Actually, the motion should be by Alderperson Druzwicki, seconded by Alderperson Bailey, but I won't go there.
I don't care.
Alderperson Akers, seconded by Bailey. Would you please call?
Alderperson
I don't want to
Juzwick-
put words in your mouth, so.
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Item 9, another tree item, accepting a grant from MMSD for trees to be planted at Conkle Park. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alderperson Druzwicki, second by. Motion by Alderperson Akers, second by Alderperson Bailey. Would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Okay, we've already done 10, 11, discussion and action relative to the approval of the South 27th Street Business Improvement District proposed operating plan. I'd entertain a motion to approve
I move for approval.
by Alderperson Sarian,
Second.
second by Alderperson Druzwicki, the two alderpersons of the Business Improvement District. Just quickly note that they're working on changing the law, which would allow the two municipalities to actually have one bid as opposed to having, like we do, 3 for the same area. Would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey. Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Item 12 is approve a special use review and site plan review for Gold Coast Subs. Entertain a motion to approve. This is a change in ownership, right?
The kid
This
doesn't
is an
own it
Alderperson
anymore?
Sarian's district.
I
I
know,
move for
I'm,
approval.
Motion by Alderperson Sarian, is there a second? It's across from Anders,
Yeah, second.
by
I heard
Alderperson
you. We'll
Druzwicki, seconded. Would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
So the kid that runs this place, I know he's older now. He's the kind of person that gives me hope in the world.
He's a 18-year-old, 19-year-old, right?
Yeah, I think he's like 40 now, but when he started, he was 18. No.
COVID
No, but no,
was rough on
he's one
him.
of the, seriously, he's the kind of person that gives me hope. I mean, he was a kid that worked there. I think he bought it, right? He's running it. I mean, that's pretty cool. I don't know who's the new owner. The kid is. I think he actually bought it from the other person. So,
Oh, he was the,
yeah,
He has full ownership interest now, yes.
he has, thank you, Andrew.
I thought he did all right.
Yeah, that's right.
Jersey Mike started the same way.
So pretty soon you're going to see these things flourishing, and the Gold Coast corporate headquarters will be
in
breaking
Greenfield?
ground north of the freeway on a 40-acre site. So
Overlooking the turf.
right next to the turf, perfect. All right, 13, special use review and site plan review for Meiji Restaurant,
Looks like your
located at
district.
3740 South 108th Street. Entertain a motion to approve.
I think that should be Alderperson Kastner.
This would be Alderperson Kastner's district, I believe.
Did we have anything outstanding?
It's Genesis, Bruce.
The old Genesis,
It's the Genesis.
Beloit, Highway 100, up on a hill. This is their second location.
They were in Brookfield too, right? Is it Brookfield?
Waukesha, Brookfield?
Waukesha.
They do a good job, I hear.
You should maybe make a motion, huh?
Food is good, I don't know.
Motion,
what the-
well, you should probably make a motion then.
Yeah, you should.
I'm gonna make a motion, I just
Very
thought
good.
I'd drag
That's
this out
very good.
longer.
Is it a motion to approve?
It
or-
is a motion to approve.
So Alderperson Bailey's really close to it.
I think he should
Second
second
by
it.
Alderperson Bailey. Would you please?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey, Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Item 14 is consider and approve a memorandum of understanding between the Wisconsin Elections Commission and the City of Greenfield to participate in the Badger Book Program. Entertain a motion to approve and
Make a
authorize me to
motion
sign.
because it's in my district.
Yeah, who's, yeah.
It's my district.
Motion by Alderperson Akers. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Druzicki. Would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Item 16 and 18 will take together. This is approval of mileage reimbursements and
What about
schedules.
15?
How about 15?
Good.
Did I forget? Oh, I'm sorry, 15, discussion decision, or decision to approve the United Healthcare Health, Dental, Vision, Flexible Spending Account, Healthcare Reimbursement Account, COBRA benefits for 1/1/24 through 12/31/24, and authorize me to sign the letter of acceptance. Entertain a motion to approve.
I move for approval.
By Alderperson Sarian. Is there a second?
I will second it,
Second by
and it was
Alderperson Kastner.
actually a very favorable bid contract.
It took some creativity.
Yes,
Motion was made and
good
seconded.
work, actually, thank you.
Thank Julian, our broker. And my stern, you better get it done attitude. Right, Tim? Tim's getting our tax rate
almost-
down to $5.
Shaking his head no up there again.
Okay, motion was made and seconded. Would you please
It's
call?
almost as stern as
Alderperson
don't.
Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Items 16 and 17 are the mileage reimbursements and disbursements. I'd entertain a motion to approve those. It's a Finance Committee matter
I move for approval.
by Alderperson Sarian. Is there a second? Second by Alderperson Bailey. Would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey, Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Okay, items for future agenda. Of course, the public hearing is the 21st of November. That's the biggie.
How about the budget?
The budget, right? That's really the big one right now, right? Another item is the stuff that we were talking about with regard to the TIDs and the developers agreements and the financing. All of those things should be flowing through at some point. Jeff's idea with regard to the turf, thank you guys for bringing it up. I mean, we can kind of share what our ideas are a little bit. I mean, we're still working on the financing and we're still trying to integrate it into the infrastructure. And I mean, there's a lot of things that we're trying to balance to try to get that moving. We have 4 public hearings next time. What are, you know what they are?
There are, 2 massage places at Avery and Birch, the liquor store at Nexus Vape Smoke on Highway 100, next to Stein's, and then the Tiny Tykes Puppies.
So 2 of those will be easy, I think. Probably 3.
Yeah, the puppy thing is questionable, actually, but
All right, so the next common council meeting, we have 4 public hearings. They should go, 2 of them, 3 of them potentially go pretty quickly. 1, maybe. 21st? Oh,
that's on the
And
same time as, well, there's nothing there.
all right.
That'll be fine.
I'd entertain a motion to adjourn at 7:50
I'll make that motion,
by
please.
Alderperson Kastner, second by Akers, second by Alderperson Bailey. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion
I-
carries.
I pity who has to transcribe these minutes.